Do you think Leon knows that I am unknown?
I got a headache.
Oh, Leon. What's good, Princely? Just to let you know, Leon, no, nobody is your boy Fist.
That's a me.
Yeah. That's him. Though, yeah. So they nerfed Mephi a long time ago. Then they nerfed the Edo archers just now, and everyone else. So that's ridiculous. Still, I still would consider that to be not like ridiculous. I'm probably over exaggerating it, the envelope just a little bit, but I still think that's kind of funny. Hey, it's making the game easier and easier for everybody.
Oh yeah. Trust me.
Before you know it, they're gonna be like EB. Nah, EB on hard. Too much. We're gonna nerf his health down by like 100.
They're already nerfing him.
Oh really?
Well, I mean, they're giving everyone rain mags. Anyone can pick up a bow and fucking go in, dude. Like,
rain mags with Lancelot.
Yeah, or that. Like, I think anyone with a Rev 3, no accessories like Miyamoto's or anything. Just anyone with a Rev 3 bow and the ice mags could kill fucking Eldritch really fast. Just because of a multi-hit or whatever it's called. I forget the move for bow. I don't know. I don't play bow.
What, the Aqua Needle?
Yeah, when you don't stupid OP nerf. Please.
Please. Give Sword of Rain move.
Yeah,
It's
please. It's been 3 years?
Oh.
Come on.
Yeah, you know that move, Cyberstep? You know that one move called Waterbound Blade? Yeah, we know about it. We know about what of it. Why doesn't it deal rain damage?
Everyone was so hyped for that.
Yeah, we were talking about that the other day, weren't we, Vlex? Like, why is Waterbound Blade ice and not rain? Like, it's water, not ice. It's not called Icebound Blade, but sure, okay.
Yeah. I was so hyped when I saw someone selling a Dragon Arc sword the other day, and it was like, hey, triple Waterbound Blade, that's gotta deal rain, that would be awesome. Freaking buy it, and I'm just like, nah, this ain't it. Nah.
Oh god, info's here.
Like,
oh god.
oh. Oof.
I'm censoring out info with my chat bar. No, don't.
There we go.
Yeah, dude, I see that a lot. I see people putting like Daruma skills on like weapons, and I just don't understand why. Like, I'm sure they waste a lot of skill cards doing it, and I don't know why they do it.
Damn.
Sheesh, man.
No, be quiet.
So looking good with you, Princely.
I'm sick.
Oh.
I gotta reset my stats.
Again?
You're such a stud.
Yeah. Are you on your channel?
Yeah, he's streaming right now, Leon.
Yo, Leon prefers Princely.
I muted everybody. Except for, like, Flamin' Hot. But I can make you two Flamin' Hero. If you want to be muted.
No, I have my voice shared. It's fine, dude.
Okay, cool. Oh yeah, Harai. I watched one of your videos.
Yeah,
it was
about it.
It was one with. Give me a second to actually like think because I just wanted to sneeze.
One with who?
Give me a second. I'm trying not to sneeze.
Oh, I have like a lot of videos on my channel privated. Just.
Okay. Why?
But what video did you look at?
I think I was just looking at sword, because I was just thinking, what else could I add on to this sword build? that I was doing already.
Mm-hmm.
And yes, I know. It was like a tutorial on sword and what you did for stats. It was like when you were level. It was one of your sub characters that was level 100, I think. And you also had a link in the description with other people describe. There was one guy who was also like look at the description of him describing all of the stats. And I listened to that like pretty much 3 or 5 times. Lex was there. I don't know if he remembers when I was doing it because I was so irritated with my stats.
Mm-hmm. That's good, dude.
Yeah.
I want to make an updated guide, but I don't know what to talk about. I don't know if people are gonna listen because there are a lot of sword users that are just like, "Lol, dude, 4 knowledge max, OP."
No, right?
May I input something real quick?
Sure.
I feel like it should. I feel like if you do make a video, it's be out there, right? And you never know. Like I've always said, you never know what comes down the line because eventually one sword user will eventually pick up a video, and when he does pick up a video, he's gonna be like, all right. He looks at it, he's like, oh snap, you know what I mean? This is so helpful. And then when that one person picks up that video, he's gonna thank you down the line. And everybody who ever like see this guy's stats, like, oh, this is so weird, but he hits more better than them or greater than them, then eventually he would be thanking you, and all people be following his example.
Dude, it's the opposite, dude.
What? What? Seriously?
There's a guy named Clips and Desk. You've seen him around, I'm sure. I used to carry him back in Edo. My friends carried him too.
Mm-hmm.
He was actually in our group for a very short time until he got like his first 105 or whatever, and he started to flex and shit. And I'm like, dude, like we've had our 105s for a month, and then he became like a dick, and he started being cocky, right? And then now he's really good now, but he's just an example of someone you help and teach sword to, and then they later come back and they're just like, yeah, I'm better than you, fuck you, dude. So.
Yeah, like there's a spear user that I helped out a lot, called Ray. His old gamer tag was Enchan, and I was doing islands with him, and I'm guessing his girlfriend at the time. I don't know. But he was like, yeah, Ted, I don't need you anymore. And I was like, oh, damn. Okay, good to know I was just a tool. I was like a stepping stone.
Oh, sorry, I'm talking to myself. Keep going.
But yeah, it's good to know that I have very little value to anyone. It's always a good feeling when that happens.
Yeah, that's why I'm hesitant to actually help people in certain degrees. Like if I don't know them that well, I'm like, I don't know, because I don't want you to help. I want to help you get your like next step up in power, and then I come into the rift the very next day and I see you and you're like flexing on like these obvious low level players, and you're just like, well, you're never gonna be as good as me. I'm like, but I just helped you get that. Like,
exactly.
What are you doing?
And there's like, they'll go back and they'll make fun of people who got carried, but then they got carried, and it's just an endless cycle. That's how it is. It's kind of sad.
Mm-hmm. What this?
I always like to ask people for one thing in return for me helping them, and that's to just help other people. Just don't be a dick. There's no need for it. You streaming with SS?
Not...
Technically, yeah, kind of.
Technically, kinda, maybe. Oh. But I don't know. That stuff has always annoyed me, guys. When we actually go out of our ways to help people, and then you see that same person like not even like a month down the line, like talking down to somebody in the rift, and like if I knew you were just going to be a rift rat with the stuff you just got, then I never would have helped you.
Dude, if I'm honest, dude, it's not even them talking down to other people, dude. It's them coming back and talking down to me, like. Dude, what right do you have? You know?
No, I don't mind. I don't mind people talking down to me. Although I've been talked down to most of my life, it doesn't make a difference. It's just the fact that when they get something that they didn't technically earn themselves. I know I'm not one to talk. I haven't got anything that I earned myself. Like my best mags are 3 mags of knowledge and a burr eye. None of that actually has to be earned. It just takes a little bit of persistence. But it's when, for example, like one of my friends, Attract, he bought a 105 sword Magatama, another sword user. He bought a sky rendering Magatama for 200 OC. And I felt bad because he got scammed. So I made him another one and sold it to him for the minimum, which was like 45, maybe 47. I can't remember if I put things on him. But I sold it to him for the minimum. And I haven't even seen him on since then. So I kind of feel like I wasted my time and effort just to help someone that wasn't actually going to use it.
Yeah, and you know, that's the thing. It's like, if you're not going to use what we're trying to give you, then why play the game and ask us? Like, that's what I don't get. Like, I'll talk to people and they're like, hey, can you help me here? And I help them do like a large chunk of the story, and I've like pissed an entire day away that could have been doing something else, just helping the community. And then I don't see this person on for like ever again. Like, they're just never around. And I'm like, well, either they dropped off the side of the earth, they died, or they just quit for whatever unknown reason.
Never help people with story. If people are too lazy to grind through story, they're not going to play the game much longer once they get to endgame. I have never helped anyone with story. If like
I got carried from Edo to end of the story, and that was in like August. I'm still playing. I'm just going after swords and mags at this point.
Well, you're an exception. Most people quit, you know.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Like when I first started playing on PS4, 3 years ago nearly. I had a friend, because he told me to download the game, and I had a friend carry me from the start of the game to Yellow Dragon Spire in Kyoto, and then I deleted the game. I was like, it's a bit boring. I'm not really enjoying it. I'm just sort of watching this guy kill everything, so I deleted it, and then I re-downloaded it nearly a year ago, and I was like, all right. So I got on. Met a few new people. They told me about the EXP dungeon. I did the EXP dungeon. I did the gold weapon hunt, and I was like, all right, I'm OP now. And then I looked at my mags, and I was using like level 55 Magatamas that increased the wrong sort of skill force or the wrong sort of affinity, and I was like, this isn't right. And actually, the first person that properly helped me was China X. I know there's a lot of controversy around that name.
Fuck that guy.
But I know his prices are bad, but he's helped me out quite a bit, to be honest.
Not even fuck him. No, I'm just kidding. I haven't spoken to him in a while, but we left off on good terms, so I don't know. Nice guy.
Yeah, like if you get into a conversation with China X, he's honestly not a bad guy. Just don't buy any of his weapons, to be honest. The 750 OC for a basic gargoyle is not worth it.
No. And if I may interject, yes, anyway, you have the right kind of mentality. The best way to get better is to do it yourself. I don't need tips anymore. Well, at the same time, you're gonna want to learn from the pros, quote unquote, excuse me. Because learning as you go, you may find that you may do something completely wrong, and it'll save you a status point reset.
Yeah, just don't. Well, whenever there are people giving out information in the way we're giving it out now, don't cut it off when you found out what you want to know. You should always keep listening, because you might hear something, and then you'll go down the line and be like, oh, I remember when this person said this, and then you'll know what to do.
Wednesday podcast viewers, if you're wondering what's up right now, we did go over some speech of like how we feel about people going to like when we help them, and then like how they just basically wander off, or it's just like a kind of waste of time spent on them because they just don't ever come back, or it's just they don't do anything anymore about what we just helped them with, or even selling them stuff. And if you're wondering what my opinion is, honestly, I just think of it this way. Like, obviously, I love to help people. I'm down to help people. That's what the whole podcast is about. We have discussions. We, learn from each other, each individual. But at the end of the day, I know how these guys feel. Believe it or not, I do. Like, I've seen people I've helped come from, like, being OP, thinking of their stuff, and I just showed them a small amount of no knowledge. They're thinking they're amazing. I've seen people who think that small amount of no knowledge have, like, become like, oh, yeah, I'm the best. But where they have so much widened gap between the oldies and themselves. And the oldies have proven to even break barriers that newbies barely scratch the surface. Like, there's some amazing newbies, and I consider newbies to not even be newbies anymore, more oldies because of the way that mind works. But after you look at it for a long while, you start realizing that, oh snap, okay, dang, when you see someone stronger than you, it's all dependent on you. It's all dependent on how you see it. Like, what I mean is, like, my first wake-up call would be back in the day. I think it was my mentor, and then after my mentor, I came back. I saw a whole bunch of oldies, and then I saw a whole bunch of, and I met Vlex, and then I met everybody in his guild, and from there I got stronger from what I was before. That's where I realized the difference between power. When you realize how weak you are, that's how you will become stronger. That's basically one of the key components in actually becoming a better player.
Dude,
because
I love what you just said. Fucking
go ahead,
knowledge, dude. No, I just wanted to say I love what you're saying. That's all. Keep going.
Oh, I was just gonna say that that is one of the best key components ever. In an hour. Yeah, Kai, I got you. Actually, if you're here right now, I'm only saying that right now because I don't know if you like left and came back, but if you're here right now, I have Harai here, and I hope I'm not intruding or whatever, but like I was gonna say that he said, so it's my mindset. Like for me, I love daring because it's a funny thing for me. Whenever I think daring, I think of risk. I can, like, one mistake on my stat could actually end up like messing up everything. It's for me. That's how I feel daring is. Power, it's like you can mix them out, and you can actually like go into different modes with power. There's a different type of it. But if I don't intrude on like Harai, I can ask him what he feels like best stats for a lot of sword players who are trying to get better. Me, I basically just figure out myself, or either I can help you by myself either way. It's up to you. It's either whatever you feel comfortable with. I don't mind helping you. Just let me know before you like leave or come back, which is depending. So, sorry, I probably took up a lot of everybody's time. Go ahead, everybody. Hi, everybody. By the way.
Well, well, the thing I would want to say is like, many people try taking my old name. That's funny. Thing that I like, we kind of touch on what Prince Lee just said. I like learning from old players because it's the same concept I have at work. I mean, there's this guy at my job called Jim, and he's been in the restaurant industry for 30, 40 years now. Ran his own businesses, and he just decided to come work for us. And he said, I don't want to become a burden for y'all. I think I'm just telling y'all what to do, especially you managers. And I told him, look, here's the thing. You're my elder. You're my senior in this industry. So if anything, I'm going to try and learn as much from you as I can. That way I can improve in this industry. And it's the same concept in Onigiri. Like, I told Hirai, like, personally, hey, if you can teach me anything, if you can tell me anything about the history of this, I'm more than willing to learn. I'm more willing to suck in that knowledge, because it makes too much sense in my head to not do it. Like, why wouldn't we take an advantage like that? Maybe to just some other people, it's just like, well, I don't want to learn from him because then that means that I didn't obtain this knowledge on my own. Well, it's going to sound corny, and Fist hates this line, but it comes from Terra. And I think he has a feeling of knowing what I'm about to say, but like books change or something similar to that. It's true, in a sense. It's true, because friends are like books. They contain knowledge you may not have. So, you know, if it's awesome to give, you take it, because it may be a pearl of wisdom that you may never have found out on your own. Like, I just verified with Hirai like, earlier in this stream, like, hey, this is the stats I have for my sword ult. Is it good? And it is good. I got his blessing. So as far as I'm concerned, if anybody tries to poo-poo all those stats, I'm just gonna say, you see, you may not like it, but I test this a little bit and say, I got the Hirai seal of certification. So unless you're Neol himself, I don't gotta learn from you. So
yeah, dude, Noel's like, here's the thing, dude. A lot of people, there's a lot of players in the game who, like, I've said, like, dude, you're not as good as you think you are, and they get mad, and they think I'm being biased, or they think that I'm trying to be superior, but it really is the reality, you know, because Noel started when the moon came out, and fuck, he's a way better player than I am, and I've been playing since launch, so, you know, credit is given when it's due, and when it's not given at all.
Exactly. And that's exactly my thing. I would rather it be that I learned from Hirai or Noel when it came to learning how to play swords. Like, when it comes to Odachis, I run straight to tanking like 90% of the time, and if he's not around, I just kind of twiddle my thumbs and think about it. And because, like, tanking was the first person to tell me about Odachi, and now that's all that's in my head. I'm like, when's it coming out? When's it coming out? I'ma make one. I'ma make it. I'ma make it. I know what's gonna be on it. It's gonna be good. I'ma just dog that dungeon until I get it. I'm just gonna dog on and go for it until I get that 128 Odachi. I want that more. Personally, I want that dogs. I want that more than anything else. Also, because it's also a part of the story. I kind of want an update on story. I want to get my Benkei back. I want to get my homeboy back. He kind of flew up to the moon, and I haven't seen him since. Like, can I have Benkei back, please? I mean, he was kind of annoying a little bit, but can I have him back? I kind of miss him. My flying Tonka truck colored robot. I also did find it funny in the story whenever he went through the Oshu highway poison fog and he came out like unscathed, and everybody was like, how'd you come out unscathed? Oh, Tama, that prevents me from being damaged. You just now telling us this?
Dude, don't judge me, but I haven't read a single line of story. Not one.
I agree.
So it's just like the guys we were playing with earlier. They were like, hey, Kage's got a big house, and Vlex was like, yeah, she's a princess. They were like, what? Kage's a princess?
Like, you didn't know that? They're like, no.
There's like one line I know, and that's when Kaguya says she loves tentacles. That's it.
Actually, funny thing is, she references Dark Souls right after Kyoto Skies into Machina Medicine. It's whenever you enter the quest, like when you, and she was just like, I think like she says something along the lines like the game's gonna get harder now, and it kind of reminds me of a game about darkness and souls. I'm like, okay, I see what you did there, I was pretty crafty. But you better stop those references, Kaguya. She breaks the fourth wall a lot. She's just all like, yeah, you know, I wonder about the... And then she'll mention that the game has an internet cafe. She's just like, yeah, I was posting this online. Where are the laptops? Where's the Ethernet cord? Hold on. Like, you know something we don't, Kaguya? Oh yeah,
well, yeah,
in that tea house that you're not allowed to access.
Only person in the game with an AK-47 on a katana handle, like she got to have some tricks up her sleeve. See you, Leon.
See you, Leon. You have a nice day. But I just thought that was... I just find it funny that in the story she's like the most awkward out of them all. Aside from Momotaro. That boy got a problem with bugs.
Momotaro doesn't like Onis, so that explains why he always has his back facing to to us. It's like, I don't like you, but I'll work with you for the greater good.
It's funny though, because as soon as you save him, he's just all like, oh, I guess you're alright. Not all Onis are bad. Only the bad Onis are bad. No.
You could have fooled me.
You got me there. Oof.
Tis fat oof.
No.
That's a real mood changer right there.
Yeah, it is. It is. But
I was gonna say that too.
Rip. That being said, that way we don't show too much private. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Then I'm gonna go ahead and do my outro, guys, because I don't want this to be a.
Yeah, I'm gonna cut it off here if it's gonna get all personal.
Like that. Yeah. All right. Thank you very much, guys, that tuned into the stream tonight.